Hi everyone, Money here. Taco and I have taken a zero to avoid some inclement weather in and around the Hiawassee area. We made our way from Unicoi Gap to Dick's Gap over the past 2 days. So really strong push, a little bit under 20 miles over the course of both days. So good opportunity to do a gear shakedown. In my case, see if I can't mail some stuff back home. I'm dropping some weight as far as my gear and my pack go, so we'll get into that. Starting off with the shoes that I'm carrying, or that I'm wearing, I have the Ultra Lone Peak 8s. They've been really good so far. We've had some wet weather. They've dried really quickly. They're very comfortable to wear. In camp, I have these Zero sandals. The only thing I'd say about these is sometimes in the middle of the night when you're fumbling with the straps in the dark, it can be a bit of an annoyance, but they are comfortable. They feel pretty solid. I think I'll be sticking with these and carrying them with me for now. On the subject of footwear, I also have these micro spikes. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. There hasn't been any snow or ice, so I think I will be keeping them for now, just in case, and then once the weather gets warmer and we're on the other side of the Smokies, I'll probably be sending them on home. They are kind of heavy, so I'll be glad to get to the point where I don't have to carry this weight around anymore. As far as what I'm wearing to hike every day, I've got Kuhl hiking pants, a Black Diamond sun hoodie, and then also an Arc'teryx fleece. In camp, I have a Patagonia Nano Puff, Under Armour gloves, REI Merino glove liners, and then also Darn Tough hiking socks. I do have 3 pairs. I think that was a little excessive, so I'll be sending a pair back home. I have a balaclava, which also is doubling as a pillowcase. I'm putting that over my clothes that are in my dry sack, and it's worked really well. I've actually already sent home my Nemo Pillow, so that's some space and weight savings there. Thanks to an excellent tip from Taco that I could do that. For inclement, base layer, REI Merino bottoms, and then REI Merino top. For inclement weather, I've got REI rain pants, Patagonia Torrent shell, and then even though it's not a clothing item, I have this Gregory pack cover. Even though I'm switching out packs, I think I will be sticking with this pack cover. I've been using it sporadically when it does rain. It's done a pretty good job of keeping the pack dry so that it's not waterlogged. I know that there's some controversy, but some people have differing opinions. A lot of people say that pack covers are unnecessary. It's not a lot of weight. It's worth it to me, so I'll be keeping this for now. Last thing that I have here is the Kavu. It's called the Chilba. I think the colloquial term for this kind of a thing is a coolie hat. I don't think that's necessarily the most PC thing, but I feel like me, of all people, I'm entitled to call it that. So it's the Chilba, also known as a coolie hat. I'll be keeping this as well. On to the big 3. So first and foremost, I have just gotten, thanks to the help of the people at Trailful Outfitters, I picked up this ULA Circuit Ultra with the S straps. It does fit quite nicely. I have packed my entire load out in this and put it on. I haven't taken it to the trail yet. I just got it, used this bad weather and /0 as an opportunity to go ahead and update my gear a little bit. Prior to this, I had been lugging around the Gregory Baltoro 75. For what it's designed for, I think it did a fair enough job, but this weighs 2.1 pounds, this weighs 4.8. Doing the math, that's a significant savings just by switching out packs. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be mailing this back home. Again, no real major complaints except for the weight. I think that I'll probably be very very glad to have the weight savings going forward. Other part of the big three, sleep system. I've been using the Zen Bivy light quilt with the light sheet and the light mattress. It's worked pretty well so far. We've had a few chilly nights. I've had no drafts. It's kept me very warm. So I think I'll be sticking with this. I know that there's some lighter options out there, but I'm happy with what I've got. And then my tent is a Durston X-Mid 2 solid. So it's not the lightest Durston option out there. Also, there's the one-person option. I like the extra room of a 2, and I feel like it's worth the wait. I don't see the point in switching out just yet, so I'll be sticking with the X-Mid 2 solid as well. As far as food and water go, I have the Hydra Pack Seeker. This is what I'm using as a collection bag. Robert Hammondrood has an excellent video tutorial on YouTube about how to make this water bladder compatible with the Sawyer Squeeze. So there's an adapter that you buy and a different cap. And so far, right, 60 miles in, it's been easy to collect, even in streams that aren't flowing that fast. I don't have any issues with it. Really like it so far. Typical hiker gear, smart water bottle, 1 liter, and then also a 1 liter Hydra Pack bottle as well. Food canister, this is the Wild Ideas Barricade. This is the Expedition, so it's the largest one they make. I've been happy with it. The only drawback is it does require some sort of a tool. In my case, I went to a hardware store and got a washer. I've been carrying it in my pocket. Pretty easy to open. I have several days worth of food in here, no problem. It's able to hold my jet boil, and then I also have a Lightsmith cold soak jar. So I didn't want to put any flavored beverages, powders, or anything like that into any water bottle that wasn't going to be able to be stored in the bear canister. So this is a good option to have as far as, you know, cold soaking oatmeal, putting in making flavored drinks and things like that. Again, all fits here in the Wild Ideas Barricade Expedition. One thing I skipped over, some of the things that I'm carrying with me on my person every day. I have kind of a mini toiletry kit. It's got hand sanitizer and a little bit of toilet paper. And then one of the first things that I sent home was I had a full-size leather wallet. Wasn't really worth the weight. Actually, the first rain that we had, the thing got completely soaked, as did the money that I was carrying. So I figured I'd go with a lighter, simpler option, which was as basically a Ziploc bag. As far as electronics go, communication devices and whatnot, I have a Garmin InReach Mini. So far, so good. Pretty decent battery life. I've been recharging it every time we've stopped, gone into town, but the battery really doesn't drain that fast. I feel like I could go comfortably 10 days without worrying about battery life. That's with tracking every 4 hours. I have an Anchor Prime 100-watt charger. One of my 2 luxury items. This is a Kindle Paperwhite. It's been pretty fantastic. Long battery life, very lightweight. So far, pretty durable. There were some mixed opinions, things that I read online as far as whether or not it was worth it to bring an e-reader. I feel like as I've gotten more efficient with setting up camp at night, I have a little bit of free time. The battery life, according to the folks at Amazon, it's supposed to last 10 weeks with 30 minutes of use a day. I've gotten excellent battery life. I've been reading anywhere from half an hour to an hour every night. Again, in my opinion, well worth the expense and well worth the wait. As a backup phone, I have an iPhone 12 mini. Standard iPhone most of the time, it's not even on, it's just packed away in my electronics bag. I don't think I ever pull it out when we're in camp. I do use it to check messages and things like that when we're in town. I have a Nightcore Summit 2000 for a battery bank, and then obviously the dry sack and the associated cables that I'm carrying around. Also, the phone that's in my pocket that I've been using for far out in navigation is the Samsung Galaxy S21, again, just standard Android phone. I have two phones. One is a backup. Maybe that's a little excessive considering I also have a Garmin, but this is the phone that I've been carrying around. As far as what I'm sending home, I do still have some waterproof tape, but I just picked a little off the roll. I didn't feel like I needed to be carrying the whole roll anymore, so this will be going home. Talked about this earlier, but my third pair of merino wool socks, I think that's a little excessive. These aren't exactly light. They are very comfortable, but I don't think I want to lug around two pairs. My sun hoodie has a hood, obviously, and then also I have the balaclava. So that's doubling as a pillowcase. I feel like that's enough warm weather protection for me, for my head and face. If it gets cold, I'll go ahead and I'll be sending this beanie home. I downloaded a journal app on my phone. I'll be using that instead of carrying this Right in the Rain Field Journal hardbound notebook. It's pretty heavy. I also don't like having to use my headlamp at night to write in this thing, so this will be going in the mail. And then I have a relatively large camp towel. It's not a full-size towel or anything, but what I've noticed is it takes a bit of time to dry. I think I'm going to go with a lighter option from Sea to Summit going forward, so this will be going in the mail as well. And yeah, as far as gear goes, that's it. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll do a more in-depth thing about what's in my toiletry kit or first aid kit or what have you, but that's it for now. Thank you very much.